Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, it's good to be with you here again this evening. I've got a little bit of a light coming on both sides of me, and there's probably, at least when I started this, there was a little bit of a bluish glow. So if you see kind of weird things coming out of the left bottom corner of your screen, now you know what's going on. Try to stay away from these evening broadcasts, but sometimes you can't help it, and this is a Sunday in which I really can. Herm Waymeyer comes up here to pitch for the Reds, and it's Willard Marshall who greets him, and he takes a ball. Then another ball, 2-0 the count now on Marshall. Fly ball over to right field. Litweiler's got that, and that's the first out. The Giants, of course, are in control of the National League so far as Sid Gordon comes up there and takes the ball, and another ball, 2-0 the count on him. Giants are in control. The Dodgers still winning. 3-0 the count now on Gordon, and he takes a strike, 3-1. You saw 2 days ago how the Pirates lost. Full count now on Gordon, and the fastball misses inside, and that sets it up for Bill Rigney. Rigney coming up there, hitting .345, 2 home runs, 6 driven in is all he has, and he takes a ball, 1-0 the count. And there's a strike to him. 1-1 the count now on Bill, and that's another ball. 2-1 is the count on him. And that fastball's off the plate. 3-1, and Waymeyer's having a hard time, and that's ball 4. And so there are runners now on first and second just like that. Try to stay away, as I said, from these evening broadcasts, but sometimes it's going to have to happen, and that's just sort of the way that the cookie crumbles. Here is Whitey Lockman. Lockman comes up hitting .288, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. And there's a foul ball. It's 0-2 on Lockman. It takes the ball high. 1-2 the count now, and that one just misses. 2-2 is the count. And that ball is high, full count now on Lockman, and there's a ground ball over to Bloodworth, and he has to go over to Kluszewski at first for the out. No chance for the double play. 2 away now for Mickey Livingston. Waymeyer already with 20 pitches, and here is Livingston. And he fouls one off. 0-1's the count on him. Popped up foul. 0-2 now on Livingston, and hits another foul ball. 0-2 still, and that's outside is 1-2. And that breaking ball misses 2-2. And man, Waymeyer's really got his work cut out for him today. There's a fly ball over to Wirostek in center field for the out. We go to the bottom of the first. And it is Ted Kluszewski who comes up there for the Reds. Kluszewski hitting .336, but as I just said in the play-by-play, .397 against righties. I mean, like that really matters. 0-2 is the count now on Kluszewski, and he chases one down and away and strikes out. 1 away, and here's Danny Litweiler. Sheldon Jones out there for the Giants, 4-2 so far as he misses again to Litweiler. 2-0 the count. It's inside. It's 3-0 on him, and there's a foul ball over to the first base side. That's Johnny Mice, who's over there trying to negotiate that tarp, and he does so successfully and catches it for the out. 2 away. Hank Sauer comes up there, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count. And there's a foul popped up, and Hoffman's there trying to catch that one. He drops it. That's going to be an error on him. No runner reaches base. One of those rare errors with nobody reaching base. 1-2 now the count on Sauer as he takes the ball. And he holds up in time, and that one is 2-2. Another foul ball. 2-2 the count remains. That's below the knees, and the count now is full. And there's a little fly ball over to Marshall in right field for the out. We go to the top of the second. It is Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson hits a line shot to short center field. That's a base hit for Thompson, and that'll bring up Johnny Mize now. Bobby Thompson, I have said this before, I'll say it again. He's famous for that home run in 1951, but he was a good player. Mize hits a fly ball over to Litweiler in right field, who makes the catch for the out, 1 away, and it's Bobby Hoffman who takes a ball, or strikes, and now a ball, 1-1 the count. And he lays off of a high breaking ball. It's 2-1 now on Hoffman. He hits a fly ball over to Wirostek in center field for the second out. 2 away. Here's Sheldon Jones, who takes the strike. 0-1 the count. There's a breaking ball wide, 1-1. Ground ball this time over to Bloodworth at second base. Next play throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the second, and it is Bobby Adams up there who takes the ball. And pitch high, 2-0 the count. And there's one foul back. It's 2-1 now on Adams. And there is ball 3 to him. They were thinking that was a strike, and now there's ball 3, and now there's strike 2. And Adams thought that was a ball. And then he swings and misses the strike 3 there, and there's 1 away. Here comes Johnny Wirostek. Wirostek hitting .267, takes the ball high, 1-0 the count, and fouls one back. 1-1 now the count on Wirostek, and he fouls one away. It's 1-2 on him. And that's a good pitch that just misses. 2-2 the count now on him. There's a shot into the hole past Rigney for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Reds, and that'll bring up Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth takes the strike. And quick throw to first, nothing doing. And there's a fly ball over to to right field. And Marshall has that for the out, 2 away in his Virgil Stahl Cup. And he hits one over to right field for a base hit. That's his six game hitting streak, that is. And Wirostek makes it all the way to third. That'll bring up Ray Mueller, who takes a strike. 0-1 is the count now on Ray. And there's one hit over to the right field line, just foul. Marshall can't get there in time. The Reds with a little bit of a chance here. 1-2 now the count on Miller. And 2-2 as that was off the plate. 2-2 pitches in there, and that is high. Full count now on Ray. and that's fouled away. Full count remains on him, and there's a ground ball into the right side. Hoffman's got that one and throws over to first for the out, and we go to the top of the third inning. It's Willard Marshall coming up there, and Marshall takes the ball away. 1-0 the count. And he hits one straight over to the shortstop stall cup for a line drive for the first out. And here comes Sid Gordon, who takes a strike. There's a ground ball over to first base. Kluszewski grabs that, runs over to the bag for the out, 2 away, and it's Bill Rigney, who will take a strike. 0-1 the count. That's off the plate. 1-1 now the count on Rigney, and that's beneath the knees. It's 2-1 on Bill. Fly ball over to right field, and man, Litweiler running after that one, and finally is able to catch up with it. We go to the bottom of the third. Herm Wehmeyer now, and he hits one straight back to Jones and makes the play and throws to first for the out, gets him in time. 1 away, and it's Ted Kluszewski, and he hits that one over to the right field alley. First pitch swinging again. That's in there for a double. Kluszewski winds up on second. Now you know why we're leading him off. And Danny Litweiler hits a fly ball over to left field. Walkman there makes the catch for the out. We're going to hold Kluszewski. No sense in getting him thrown out here. Hank Sauer, then again, first pitch swinging, hits one over to Lockman to left field, and that does it. We go to the top of the fourth. And here's Whitey Lockman, who fouls one away, 0-1 the count. And there's a ball away from the target, 1-1, and there's a strike in their fastball, 1-2. Pop up, and it's going to be Bloodworth who runs over and grabs that one for the first out. And here is Mickey Livingston, who takes the ball, fouls one into the mid of Miller, the catcher, 1-1 the count. Takes one high and outside. He's 2-1, and he hits one over to right field. Litweiler has that for the out, 2 away, and here's Bobby Thompson, who takes a strike. And then a ball off the outside corner, 1-1 the count. That's foul back. It's 1-2 on Thompson. Inside, change up, 2-2 now the count. And there's a pop-up over to the shortstop, Stallcup has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Quick moving game here, and Bobby Adams comes up. Adams takes the ball. And then a strike, 1-1 now the count on Bobby. And there's one that's close, but just slowing away, 2-1 now the count. And he loops that one out into short center field for a base hit, and that'll bring up Johnny Wierostek. So runner on at first base here for the Reds. And let's see what we can do. There's a ball in there to Wierostek, 1-0 the count. And there's a bounce to third base, and that one gets through for a base hit. And again, we're faced with that situation where we could take third if we wanted to, but I worry about Lockman's arm, that ball was not hit very deeply. Nobody out, runners on at first and second for the Reds here, bottom of the fourth inning. Another key moment in this ball game, and here is Jimmy Bloodworth. And he drives one deep to left center field. Thompson's there, and he has that for the out. And Adams easily able to make third base on that one. That'll bring a Virgil Stallcup with runners on at first and third and 1 out. We're going to do some hit and run action. And there goes Wierostek, and there's a swing and a miss. And so Livingston will throw to second base, and Adams has nowhere to go. And Wierostek is able to steal the bag safely. So that changes things a bit. It's now runners on at second and third here in the bottom of the fourth. Question is, should we sacrifice or swing away? With Stallcup up there, we'll swing away. There's a ball inside. 1-1 is the count on Virgil. 2-1 now as that one misses. That's fouled away. 2-2 now the count. And he swings and misses. That one strikes out. So maybe we should have bunted. I don't know. You let me know what you think we should have done. Ray Mueller up there now. Still 0-0 ball game. Runners on at second and third. And there's a little liner, and Rigney's got that one for the out. We go to the top of the fifth. The Reds with 5 hits in this ball game. They've been challenging every single inning, and nothing is happening. And here is Johnny Mize. Hits a fly ball over to Wierostek in center field for the first out. 1 away. Here's Bobby Hoffman now. And he takes the ball high, 1-0 the count. And that pitch hits him on the leg, and he's going to take his stroll down to first base, and that'll bring up Sheldon Jones. He's going to bunt, you know that. And there goes the bunt, foul, 0-1 the count. And boy, that one laid down very, very nicely. That pitch was coming in on him, and he just caught it with the bat, hit it straight back to Wehmeyer, threw over to first to get him out, and Hoffman goes over to second. Now with 2 outs, runner on a second base. Here is Willard Marshall, who lines one to center field, and Wierostek has it for the out. That does that. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Very fast-moving game. Here is Herm Wehmeyer, and he gets a hit into right field. How about that? I thought these pitchers were not worth watching at the bat, huh? Ted Kluszewski now with the pitcher on at first, and he takes the ball high. 1-0 the count now on Ted. There's a base hit to right center field, and there's runners now on first and third, and Kluszewski now 2 for 3. That sets us up for Danny Litweiler, and we're just going to have him swing away, I think. Takes a ball 1-0 the count. Now 1-1 to Litweiler. And there's a half swing for a strike, 1-2, and that one's hit down the left field line. That's long, and that's long enough to score Wehmeyer, and that makes us a 1-0 ball game for the Reds. Hank Sauer comes up there now, and he takes a strike high, 0-1 the count now on Sauer, and it's 1-1 as that one was low. Swung on a miss there, 1-2 the count, and that's low, 2-2. And And there's ball 3 inside, full count now on Sauer, and there's a little ground ball over to Hoffman, and he flips over to Rigney for 1, on to first to Mize for the double play. We go to the top of the 6th. Cincinnati gets a hit here, and a hit there, and finally gets a run together on a sacrifice fly. But remember, these Giants are very, very good. Sid Gordon comes up there now and hits one deep to left field, and that one just misses getting out of here. Hank Sauer makes the catch for the first out, 1 away. Bill Rigney up there now takes a ball. And there's a ground ball over to the right side. Bloodworth has it, throws the first for the out, 2 gone. And here's Whitey Lockman, who takes a strike. 0-1 now the count on Lockman. And that's fouled back to the left, out of play. It's 0-2. That's low below the knees, and he chases that one and strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's going to be Bobby Adams. Adams takes the ball outside. 1-0 the count now to Bobby, and there's a pop-up over to center field. Thompson's got that for the out, 1 away. Here is Wirostek, who takes the ball inside. 1-0 the count, and that one is wide. 2-0 now on Johnny. And that's high. 3-0 now the count on Johnny, and that is high again. And so Jones walks his first batter of the game, and that'll bring up Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth takes the ball high, 1-0 the count on him. That one's fouled back. It's 1-1, and 1-1 the count remains. And there was a pop-up foul, and Mize goes over and makes another great catch. Man, there's been 2 good catches on those foul balls by Johnny Mize, and unfortunately those will look like normal putouts at first base in the box score. 2 away, and it's Virgil Stallcup, who takes the strike, 0-1 the count. 0-1 the count remains, and there's the strike down the pipe. It's 0-2 on Stallcup. That's up high. 1-2 now the count on him. Throw over to first base, nothing doing. And ball 2 in there, 2-2 now the count. And there's one hit over into left field for a base hit, and we're going to play it safe once again. You may have noticed I tend to play it safe pretty frequently here. Because in many of these cases, it's not worth taking the risk. There's a ball in there to Miller, and he hits one down the first base line. That's a base hit, and that'll score 1 and send Stallcup over to third base. So Cincinnati here up 2-0 and looking to score more with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Vehmeyer hits a fly ball straight over to Thompson, first pitch swinging for the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 7th. Mickey Livingston's up there, and he takes a ball and then fouls one back. 1-1 now the count on Mickey. There's ball 2 in there to him. It's 2-1, and he hits a ground ball down to Bloodworth at second base, who makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Bobby Thompson up there takes the ball and swings and misses a 1-1 the count. That's fouled away. 1-2 now the count on Bobby. There's a fly ball over to center field. Wirostek has that for the out, 2 gone, and it's Johnny Mize takes a strike, 0-1 the count. And there's a bouncer over there. Stallcup makes the play, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Ted Kluszewski up there now, and he takes a ball inside, 1-0 the count, and then fouls one away, 1-1. And that's inside for ball 2. 2-1 now the count on Ted. That's fouled out of play. It's 2-2, and it's fouled back again. Still 2-2 is the count on Ted. Fouled away again. And there's the little fly ball over to left field. Whitey Lockman's got it for the out, 1 away. Danny Litweiler up there swings and misses at a strike, and then takes a ball high and outside, 1-1 the count. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2 the count now. 2-2. That one was a little too far inside, and foul ball. Still 2-2 the count on Litweiler. There's a little ground ball over to Rigney at short, makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away, and it's Hank Sauer. Sauer takes a strike, 0-1 the count now on Hank, hitting .265, and fouls one away. 0-2 now is the count on him, and that's a little bit high, but he's able to holds up on this one as well. 2-2 the count, low and away, full count now on Sauer. And fouls one back again, still a full count, and that's low and inside. And so he takes his base. 2 walks here from Sheldon Jones. That'll bring up Bobby Adams, and Adams takes the ball inside. 1-0 the count, another ball, 2-0. And there's a ground ball over to Hoffman at second base, makes the play and throws over to first for the out. We go to the top of the 8th, and it is Bobby Hoffman up there. 0 for 1 today, takes a ball, and then fouls one back. 1-1 the count, swings and misses a 1 is 1-2, and there's a foul ball again, 1-2 still. That's low, 2-2 the count now on Bobby, and that's outside and low, full count on him. Ground ball over to Bloodworth at second base, makes a play and throws to first for the out, and here's the pitcher spot, and there's the pinch hitter, Pete Milne, coming up. Pete Milne, looking at how he's been hitting, might as well keep the pitcher up there. 1-1 now the count on Milne, and 2-1 is Vehmeyer missed, and that's fouled back, 2-2 now the count. There's a liner through second base for a base hit. That's hit number 2 of this game for the Giants against the 9 that the Reds have had. And, hey, hold on to your horses. Something might be happening. Here is Willard Marshall, and he's always dangerous. 7 home runs so far this season and has been hitting crazy. And he hits a ground ball over the bag of third base, and that's going to be in there for extra bases. That's a double for Marshall and sends Milne all the way over to third base. I told you you have to watch out here. And you really have to watch out for these Giants. We have seen this before. We've seen this many, many times. If you've been a frequent watcher here, if you've watched a lot of these games, and you know what's going on. You know as well as I do that there are a lot of instances so far in this young season, in this replay, in which the Giants have been behind and have come back in the late innings to make it happen. Two on with one out here in the top of the eighth, but those runners are on second or third, and Sid Gordon's coming up next. And after Gordon, you have to deal with Rigney. I'd rather pitch to Gordon than Rigney, so we're not going to walk him. But the question is, what do we do in this situation, right? Do we have the infield come in? Well, probably not. He's not much of a bunter. We just got to play it straight up, and that's what we're going to do. And there's a strike into Gordon, 0-1 the count, and there's another strike. It's 0-2 on him. He's 0 for 2 today. Everyone's 0 for 2, though, for the Giants. There's a ball to him, 1-2. 2-2 is what Wehmeyer just missed, and that's just a bit outside. Full count now on Gordon. And that's just low, and so Sid Gordon ends up walking, and that brings up Rigney, and that is the opposite of what we wanted to see happen. We wanted to see something happen that would get Gordon out, and instead we end up walking him. Now the bases are loaded. There's only a 2-run lead. The Reds are going to be ruining the mistakes that they've made and their inability to drive runners home. And here is Bill Rigney with the bases loaded and only one out in the top of the eighth. And there's a strike to him, 0-1 the count. And there's another strike call, 0-2 now on Rigney. And he swings and misses for strike 3, and that does it for Bill Rigney. 2 away now, and is Whitey Lockman. And so it's been that type of game, hasn't it, where it looks like the momentum is going one way, looks like it's going the other way, and we'll see if the Reds can get out of this one. 3 hits so far for the Giants is all bases loaded. Whitey Lockman takes the ball, 1-0 the count. And there's a fastball high, 2-0 now the count on him. And he's popped up, and that's over, and just... it's caught. No, it is caught. It's a foul ball. I thought that was going to be just out of play, and that ends up being not caught by Stallcup, who was the shortstop, but rather by the third baseman, Adams. And the Reds are able to get out of the inning despite being in a really, really dangerous situation, and that might be a key play in this ballgame. And boy, I tell you, that was not... That was not the situation that you want to be in, and we go here to the bottom of the eighth inning. Here's Johnny Wirostek, and he's up there against Hank Berman, takes a ball, and then another ball, 2-0 now the count on Wirostek, and that's foul back, 2-1 now the count on him. And he takes the ball again, 3-1 now the count on Johnny. And that's driven to the right field corner, and that is out of here. That's a home run for Wirostek, his first of the season. That makes us a 3-0 game for Cincinnati. I hate to tell you this, but Jimmy Bloodworth takes the ball, and then there's a ground ball over to Gordon. The third baseman makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Hate to tell you this, but those Dodgers might catch up to the Giants. There's a pitch high to Stallcup for a ball, 1-0 the count, and there's a strike in there to him, 1-1, and there's another strike called, 1-2 the count now on Stallcup, and that's high and outside, 2-2. And he swings and misses the next one and goes down, 2 away, and here's Ray Mueller. Takes a strike, 0-1 the count on him, and that's way outside, 1-1 now the count on Miller, and there's a ball, 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss on that one, 2-2, and there's a swing on a pitch low and out of the zone for strike 3. We go to the top of the ninth. Mickey Livingston's going to be up there, and the Giants don't have many options left. There's a changeup in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. There's a ball just outside, 1-1. It's fouled over the first base line, out of play and out of Kluszewski's reach, 1-2 now the count. It's hit over the left field. Sauer slips around a little bit here and there, but makes the catch. 1 away. Bobby Thompson down by 3. He's not so dangerous now. 0-1 the count to Thompson, and 0-2 as he looks at a strike. Fouls one back. Still 0-2. And that changeup just misses. 1-2 now the count on Bobby. And that's fouled away. 1-2 still. 2-2 as he watched that one, and that's a fastball high. Full count now on Thompson. And he misses outside, Wehmeyer does, and he walks, and that'll bring up Johnny Mize. And he is hit in the side, takes a step over towards the mound, and then takes his goes down to first base. And so Wehmeyer having some problems with his control. 1 out here in the top of the ninth inning, and the tying run is coming up to the plate in the form of Hoffman. Hoffman was kind of a emergency starter here for the Giants, who don't really have a good second baseman here to start. And he takes the ball, 1-0 the count now on Bobby. Another ball, it's 2-0. And there's a fastball high, 3-0 the count. There's the strike finally, 3-1 now the count on Bobby. There's one popped up, and Werostick has that one for the second out, 2 away, and it's going to be Hank Berman who's going to be pinch hit for Don Mueller coming up there. So Don Mueller represents the potential tying run. No hits so far this season. He hits a fly ball over to Hank Sauer in left field. Sauer's their camps under it and has that one for the out. The Reds have beaten the Giants here 3-0, and I'll tell you, any given day, you never know who's going to win this game, and Cincinnati has done it, and there's the final score. I sure hope you've enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun to play, as it always is, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.